Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you?
Mr. Powers, have you been here the entire time?
Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave.
Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show?
Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's a sequel to the Steel Samurai.
I see.
This time there are 3 samurai brothers: Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course, the Nickel Samurai. It's a love why in Neo Tokyo.
I see. Wait. A love what?
A love why? This girl, Sayo, works at a tea shop and all the 3 guys fall for her at the same time.
Oh, I guess the white shape is like the 3 brothers colliding over this one girl?
Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader.
Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet ×3.
Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, bro?
What happens next? I want to know.
Miss Sayo. Does Miss Sayo fall in love?
She does, doesn't she?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m.
I'm going to stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week.
I can't believe she's really considering it. So what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like?
It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's the story of a ninja who can't scale a wall, but became a big pop star anyway.
What?
He was a really lousy ninja. Absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy could he sing! With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm.
A ninja with a bright red guitar?
And then the final fight in front of his beloved princess, Misola. Jammin' versus the Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-Jammin' cold the night before Battle 3.
That's too bad for him.
Yeah, but this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearl?
What happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja, will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Which show should I watch?
I can't believe she's really considering it. Just tape them both.
Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little.
So Mr. Powell's like this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her, you know? But there's sort of a small rumor going around about her right now.
A rumor?
If you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know.
So happy, it looks like a lion that just found his next meal. Just don't give him that pepper, boy. Yeah, I'm saying. Would you mind telling me about this gossip?
So you are interested in it. I figured you would be.
Yeah.
I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too.
Oh really? You too, huh?
Yeah, so take a look at this.
Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbeck would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous.
To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you?
What?
You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Juan Cuellar didn't have a manager of his own. Which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials A.A.
Adrian Andrews.
Yes, exactly. This is big news.
But it seems kind of odd. That woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client?
It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between 2 people.
Mr. Powers looks so happy. Rose is just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling.
Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure.
Alright. I don't know who the garbage is in this metaphor, but alright. Old bag. I got you a gift. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please, tell us what you saw. But, what a waste! And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at your youngin's expense. I am a little devil, after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. This'll keep you happy, I think.
That's the Swan's autograph!
Yes, it is.
And it even says to my dearest Wendy on it! That's me, right? Right?
My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy. Somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it just like that.
Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange?
Wow, she must really want this autograph. My offer isn't good enough for you?
Fine, Miss Wright, you win!
Wendy Oldbag ready to open up her heart.
All for my dearest Swan!
Huh. Wendy, dearest. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding! Oh no! It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business. And? Did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more.
Gift certificate?
I've been recruited again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty.
But Mr. Angard hasn't done anything bad.
I don't care about details like that.
I know he did, my dear poor Juanin. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken.
A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like.
I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it.
What did Mr. Angard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Angard do to you to make you so...
You don't know. That guy, he framed my Juan.
He created that scandal that played poor Juan. Mr. Nick.
What is it? What's a scandal? Oh, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay?
Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress.
Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptresses mean?
Heck! How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls?
So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about?
Adrian Andrews, of course, who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose.
His own manager? But why?
I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan to a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud.
Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. What do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag?
I'm one of Juan's biggest fans.
I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know.
And do you have proof that Mr. Angard did what you say he did?
Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so.
Of course, a tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it?
He.
Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room?
I told you, didn't I, for my scoop?
What I want to know about are the details of the scoop.
That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that there was my bread and butter.
Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm gonna say that you were looking into a scandal. Grrr! Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Creda and this person? This woman? She's Andrea Andrews, Angard's manager.
Ninko Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that. What's it, news source? You mean news source. That's it. So show me something that shows that Quan guy has something to do with Miss Andrews. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin met in our rendezvous. The mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah! Mr. Creator didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Miss On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials A.A. He saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Creator's door last night. Wow! Gotcha. You were looking into Mr. Creator and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna give myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. There's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing. Getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up with a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know. But the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone.
Your note to yourself?
It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done running off together. I came here for my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's for people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see a day when someone does steal my thumb. You really want that note back, huh? Got no idea why though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. The Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting?
Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about.
What do you mean by that?
Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight.
But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight?
I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. The two, and both of them are in this photo. The first is a button that's missing from the victim's chest.
That's the button that you found during your body search of Miss On Guard.
Yep, I found it in the folds of Ninko Samurai's special pants.
And the second one is?
The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife is in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? You ain't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt On Guard's.
Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony?
It's that old security lady, Miss Old Bag.
I thought so.
What do you mean? You thought so. Did she tell you something, pal?
Well...
I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone.
Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Old Bag saw it all, pal. She saw Miss On Guard coming out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way!
Alright, do you know anything else about the victim?
I'm not a real fan of action shows or anything. I know who Juan Cuida and Matt On Guard are. Juan Cuida, though, he was always so desperately trying to be better than Matt On Guard. I'm calling weekend info to you here in the precinct. My neck's gonna be in a ring up, pal. Your neck?
No! I mean, my neck is a joke.
Yeah, ask me about things that have to do with the case only, alright, pal?
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, maybe... I guess maybe you know something about this?
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves.
Scandal Miss Creator, but why?
Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? Her name was Celeste Impacts. And she was Juan Creator's manager.
The victim's manager?
Well, that's not all, pal. Miss Impacts was Miss Angie Andrews' mentor. He taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
Her mentor? A woman who was both Mr. Creator's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case?
Do you want to know more about her, pal?
Yes, please.
She was a victim's manager and was also Miss Andrew and Andrew's mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but
what? I'm getting sick of dealing with this one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Karma,
you can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
you don't mean...
I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye.
Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll stop...
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you,
I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
But... who? That voice.
Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right? This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth. What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong?
You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. You... How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You have swords of uncommon name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are.
Are you talking about the Von Kammer family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going?
I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix, right? I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory.
Still the same wild mare she always was.
I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. But your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. That you can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on inside his head?
A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Kammer was still my mentor. And a perfect one record is a proof of a von Kammer.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? But to think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Well, let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francesca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. Save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Okay. We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say I don't have any info? This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Gurita's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I think. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? And what is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. Oh. Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there's no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note. But how do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. Maybe she could have just drank a lot of ink and poisoned herself? But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Gurita himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Gurita hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report, part 1 anyway. Part 1? And unlike to look through the reports, I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name... It's Adrian Andrews?
Miss Andrews, what did you do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think.
Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Don't pretend to know women, Phoenix. You don't know shit. Start talking like you're Miss Ladies Man. Mr. Ladies Man. Fuck.
Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here.
That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her.
And she has that psych lock on her heart, right?
Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. Wait, what? She's not here? Is she in Creator's room? Huh. Did we miss something? Was there something to talk about with Edgeworth? Oh, fuck's sake. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she... Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that?
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
But that's the nature of her dependency on others?
When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark.
That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible! A facade. Here we go. Now he fucking gives it to us. Dickhead. Why you gotta be an asshole? And now, lo and behold.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls?
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl. What is it?
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Huh. Alright. Why was Juan Creighton murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Creighton. You are not that close. That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You are not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Creighton had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Creighton. As if there was such... As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Creator for this person's sake? On guard, right? Or... Impacts? Celeste Impacts, your mentor. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember. How do you know about Celeste? Gotcha. Miss Impacts, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Creda's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Creda so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a future third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Well, the suicide note was missing. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? Looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Creda, Juan, and Miss Andrews. I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Creda. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie. A facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. That's... You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died the death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Creda of hiding Miss Impact's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Creda dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out what she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Yeah, buddy. Alright. Time to tell the truth. It's true, I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews?
This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Creda. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Creda to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for me now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews?
If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first.
Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? Looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Miss Enguarde in your capable hands. Alright, thank you, ma'am. We'll be on our way too. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh, no. I'm okay, really.
I'm fine. I really am. You don't look fine to me. Alright. The lobby and back to the offices.
So, what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
Hello? Ryder & Co. offices? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering our phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
Few...
Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask Maya. Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis. Maya! Damn it, he cut me off.
Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis? What does she mean by that? What was that noise? Come on, Fex. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Eck! Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. Yay! How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left, and I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper? What's he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was struck there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Arrgh. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her... I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. Have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't gonna kill me. I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you were with Nick right now. What's this? It feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. At least, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Drat, it's locked. But this door's locked seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click. They magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Well, what's this? Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. To be continued.